Welcome back to Slapping Simulator. I'll be covering how to use Space, Killstreak, and Brick. Space may seem pretty useless at first, but its ability is really nice to have when you're in trouble. The obvious uses include pressing E when you don't want to be at the edge any longer, and using it before you know you're about to get slapped, which can save you. Fair uses, but any experienced player knows how to simply back up themselves to essentially regain the same advantage they had against you. They know when your ability will end. That being said, did you know you can cancel your ability at any time and surprise them by dropping down early? You can do that, and it's really effective. Being unpredictable puts you at a pretty big advantage against a lot of gloves. Having an ability with low gravity also makes you one of the few gloves that are capable of easily traveling to Moai Island, which makes you relatively safe against gloves you struggle against. This allows you to essentially pick your opponents and trip them up with your ability with relative ease. That's pretty much it. A lot of gloves can easily counter you, but if you put practice into this glove, you can actually be incredibly annoying to fight and hence be able to stay alive for long periods of time. Killstreak is a bit of a sad existence. The longer it's in the game, the harder it is to truly become powerful with this glove. I used to see 100 plus killstreaks all the time. Now they are so rare and hard to come by for one reason. You are weak. Every pro that Killstreak has is shared by the one same weakness. Once you die, you reset to being weaker than default. This makes Killstreak incredibly unreliable and very hard to use properly. Regardless, I'll try my best to give you some pointers so you can do your best. Firstly, the first few kill counts, including 0, all have such a low slapping power that you can get some pretty nasty combos against other players. You need to learn how to at least pull off a 2-hit combo. It makes such an incredible difference and allows you to sneak in a lot more kills. You need to bait players with your movement often and learn when to flick your camera, or at the very least jump over them and slap them from behind when necessary. Every tiny little trick you learn in this game needs to be applied to this glove in the first few kills, as you are at a severe disadvantage otherwise. It may be scummy, but maybe even consider picking off easy kills. Two players fighting each other at the ledge are basically asking for you to assassinate them. The second thing to keep in mind is simply know what gloves you have next to no chance in beating. This, sadly, will come with experience, meaning you will die a lot to gloves you just don't know. Worst part is, the game updates every week and releases a new glove. This new glove could be another Killstreak counter, meaning you can't use Killstreak for the first few days the update comes out, or you will just be obliterated by everyone using the same thing. There are a lot of gloves you can obtain relatively early on that can destroy Killstreaks, like Zahando, Stun, Golden, Magnet, Bomb, and the list goes on, especially when you consider gloves that come later that require literally 0 skill and will just delete you instantly, like one-shot gloves, or reverse, bootleg one-shots like Berserk, Detonator, Ice. Again, the list goes on and on and on, and it's simply something you have to learn as a Killstreak player. It's truthfully a lot of work and a pain to get good with this glove, but in return, it feels really good to get powerful with this glove, as you really have to work for it. You earned this. I was addicted for this very reason when I used to play Killstreak. If the small accomplishments like achieving 10 kills and becoming fast, hearing the music change, and being able to stand a chance against so many more players doesn't sound appealing to you, then my suggestion is to simply not use this glove. It's a bit too much of a pain to use, especially nowadays, and just isn't worth the effort if you don't enjoy the small milestones along the journey to 250. Brick is primarily a troll glove. It's hard to justify using it for anything else aside from it just being fun to use. You can use it aggressively and get free hits in, but it's so much harder to do that you're better off using something like Stun to achieve the same purpose. There are some additional things going for it, like the ability to snipe players with your bricks simply by stepping on them yourself, or being able to perform essentially a double jump by jumping on your own brick in midair. Performing double jumps requires practice in order to be consistent with it, so it isn't really viable until you get some practice in, and sniping with bricks is more of a niche thing that you tend to use more for trolling than actually killing someone with, as the aiming is a bit jank, and unless you're willing to go full sweat and change your FPS to work better for brick launching, it just isn't really something you should use if you're trying to get as many kills as possible. However, if you want to eternally trap someone with your bricks for the pain and suffering they have caused for you, then this is the cheap solution. That's all the gloves. Huge thanks to TMH, Wesley the Talkie, False, Delta 14, Some Random Idiot, Takeo, Raspberry, Connor's Animals, Fiduciary Frizzy, and Dab for supporting my channel by becoming a member. Thanks for watching.